welcome, guys.
Technology's great. We love Star Trek. Cut. Oh, hey. How's it going? And I've grown to like Michael more than I did at first.
Yeah, I mean, she's grown on me for sure.
Yeah.
She was the least interesting character in the beginning because she was just Vulcan.
Yeah.
Is it logical?
Yeah.
Let us run the numbers. You know, but she started to like really come out with her emotions and to really accept them.
Yeah, embrace them for, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I was talking to somebody in a group on Facebook, and she had made a post about how she noticed, like in the beginning, when her father brought her onto Philippa's ship, and she was like, had the traditional Vulcan haircut and everything, and then gradually it showed her, like, going to her more natural hairstyle.
Yeah.
Going away from that Vulcan.
She's becoming
look.
her own.
Yeah, like, she started looking more human.
She's embracing who Michael is and not who she thought
She was supposed to be.
thought Sarek
Wanted her to be.
you know, or just the environment. I mean, she was living on Vulcan. The only human she probably had the most contact with was,
Her mom.
Amanda.
Yeah. Or surrogate anyway.
Yeah.
How did y'all like her wrap-up scenes with her adoptive parents? Did y'all
Well,
like
I like I love Mia Kirshner. So I did.
She was a great actress. Yeah. I thought it was a little rushed.
Yeah. There were several scenes at the end there that I thought were rushed.
Yeah.
That's why the finale was a bit anticlimactic for me.
Yeah.
I did feel like it was a rush to wrap everything up, and then when the Enterprise came in, I was like, "That's it." I mean, like.
That moment where they're sitting on the bridge and you see that numbers and then it pans and the camera comes out of the view screen, goes along the saucer section, and then you see the Enterprise swoop down. You get that side view of it. That was so emotional to me. I mean, there was so much power to that moment to me.
Well, it was, but like, I just.
It wasn't that. I did not get that emotion in that.
I'm not saying that it wasn't emotional. It was. I mean, I feel like there was a bunch of build-up to nothing. I mean, not that the Enterprise is nothing. I don't know. Maybe it was because everything else was so rushed. Well, and I was like, because it was like bam, bam, bam,
I did
bam.
hear that they did, like in the last half, they did edit some episodes in the end, near the end of the series. I read that in an interview, so I have a feeling maybe that may be why it feels so rushed. I think like the original one, whatever the first edit was going to be, was less like fan pandering and more like, hey, but I mean, they're gonna have a tough time next season when it comes to like, paying for all these episodes. So, a little fan pandering is not that bad. See, I really feel like this season was a push to push it out there. This is what we are. This is us. And they did so much story, so much character development. I think it's gonna be hard next season because the production costs so much, and so many people backed it that especially Netflix overseas, 3 countries they had great viewings. The rest of them were kind of meh, because tons and tons of people canceled their CBS. Tons of because nobody wants to watch anything else on there. Most of them. I mean, there are people that do, but the majority of people who wanted to see Star Trek. Same thing happened with TNT and Babylon 5. It didn't have a chance because nobody else wanted to watch anything else on TNT. They only came for Babylon 5. It's a very similar scenario, so I want to see how that plays out.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to, after the next couple of months, I'm gonna have to cancel it so I can crank up the HBO Now to watch Game of Thrones. The season coming out, so it's a budget thing. And now, if CBS All Access had more movies, there's like 12 movies. That's it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And I would even keep it if you could go watch any past episode of Big Bang. You can't. It's a CBS show.
No, and most of the older shows that they have on there, you can watch on Netflix.
Right, all the Star Trek shows, they're on Netflix, so.
kind of. I mean, I hope that they.
And they're trying to keep you. I went to cancel, and they gave me 50% off for the next 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, those are push things.
Yeah.
They were talking about that. They're having to put out so many of them because they know they're losing so many people, and this is the reason why. And I really hope that they have the funding potential they had this year, because I don't think next season's going to be as flashy and big as this one. I think they're going to
go into more episodic. Each episode can kind of stand alone.
I don't know if that's going to happen. I hope it's going to happen because I really love episodic TV.
Right.
It's really, I just want to be able to throw on a fucking episode of Star Trek and, just whatever it is. It doesn't matter. I don't have to, watch 10 episodes to get this whole storyline going on.
Yeah.
Which is why they, but there's only, such a small amount of episodes, it's hard to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And
have they announced how many episodes they'll be doing for season 2?
not that I'm aware of.
Because how many did we
15.
get? 15? And, a lot of the seasons got at least between 20 and 23 or 24.
Even, I think Voyager has some 26 episodes
Yeah.
even.
Yeah. What do you think about the Klingons looking so vastly different? Are you okay with it?
Totally okay with it.
And I read something funny online the other day. It said, Klingons having varying looks is canon. That's Star Trek.
I hate the term canon. I'm so sick of it now.
People are throwing it around so much.
Oh, that's not canon. Oh, it has to be canon. I'm like, as if it's a religion. It's entertainment, people. And to be entertained. Don't get angry at it. Unless that's your thing, I guess.
Well, speaking of this, I know we've all read negative press against it.
Oh, easy,
online.
yeah.
If you had one sentence to tell somebody who hates Discovery to try to change their mind, what would you tell them?
It's totally worth watching. It's totally worth getting into. Just do it.
Just do it.
A hater.
All the cool kids are doing
You
it.
dumb.
So if you're not,
Are you a pusher, Molly? Are you pushing?
I'm pushing.
Yeah, come on. Don't you want to get in with the cool kids and get that? You just gotta get that stuff, man.
Get that Star Trek high.
Give me some of that Federation
Good
blood.
stuff.
Ready for my answer?
Yes.
Please.
Let's see. I would say, if I just had one sentence,
It could be a run-on sentence.
I would
Semicolon.
say, Klingon boobs and a double penis.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good sentence.
That was a really good one, yeah.
Really good
The
sentence.
delivery must have been horrible, because I thought it was funnier than you guys obviously did.
That's like me telling my mom, but y'all going,
Oh my god.
so sweet.
You got it. You're
I
good,
would
you're
say Klingon boobs, double penis, and also they say the word fuck.
good. This is fucking great.
Fuckity fuck.
The first openly gay Star Trek characters, and they made out, and it was great.
Yes.
It was cute. Everybody is so pretty. Everybody is so pretty. And I love the fact that Tilly's not a skinny, tiny little bitch.
Yeah.
I love the fact that her mirror universe just let her hair run wild.
yeah,
It was just like
she
whatever,
went crazy
as opposed
action.
to like it's all squeezed back here and she's so professional.
Oh, I love when she takes her
Yeah.
hair down. It's this big proof of
I love
greatness.
Tilly.
Tilly's the
She's
best.
great. She is the best.
Honestly,
I would have to say she's like one of my favorite characters.
she's always okay. Now I want to change my answer to that question because, damn, she is really great.
I mean, she really tries to look for the silver lining in almost every situation, and she's learned to believe in herself a little bit more.
Oh yeah.
You know.
And she didn't have any qualms about standing up to Michael and being like, even if you're ending things with Tyler, you need to go talk to him.
Yeah.
You need to check
It's the right thing
yourself,
to do.
Right.
She's
Yeah.
got a heart. Even though her mother picked on her, she's still got a heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Tilly is going to go down in history as one of the best Star Trek characters, and she's going to be up there. She's going to be a Spock or a McCoy or something like that.
I love her relationship with Stamets.
Mm-hmm.
They work
That's really
well
fun.
together.
Yeah.
And speaking of Stamets, and I know you were talking about Culber.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I love Culber so much.
Yeah, he's a good guy. So, What do you think about the conspiracy theories and all this stuff? Do you think we're going to see Prime Lorca, Mirror Universe Lorca, or Hugh again because of the mycelial network?
We might see Hugh again.
Essentially, Hugh was alive in the mycelial network. There are lots of theories online. Like he got pulled in, so
I don't
he
really
would
think
exist in there.
I don't think that's him. I think that was Stamets's projecting his mind. He couldn't understand what he was seeing. So the mycelial network was like, was created by his own mind, so he could like understand it, and like they did in the Q Continuum. When they made it, a desert or they made it the Civil War.
Something relatable
that your brain can relate to.
I know, but you see, Stamets, Prime Stamets and Mirror Stamets were both caught in the mycelial network. So if you can be caught in the mycelial network, then what if you're in the mycelial network when your body is killed? I mean, it still could be some kind of existence there.
I think those are native. I think that was a native being. Some sort of energies or whatever it is, some kind of life form that exists in that network. And it can interact.
Allowing it to be manifested as something familiar.
Yeah, the mind.
They did that in the first episode of DS9. Remember when he was talking to his dead wife?
Well, the prophets,
and he was saying, "How are you here?" But it was a bunch of different people. His son would show up next and be
once they
on Earth.
Once they realized that these are linear beings. They change their form.
I know, but when they were in the Mirror Universe and Philippa had Lorca killed, it was in the mycelial network. I have a hunch that he was killed he was thrown into that weapon that was made by the mycelial network, and that somehow he can still be alive in there.
Maybe he just got dispersed.
Culber's alive in there.
Dispersed.
They're just all.
The reason I know he's not going to show up is because I really think, the way I really believe is because the guy who played Lorca, the actor, went on Instagram, was like, it was a great show. They're done. They need to make their own.
And
they're ready to go make their own selves.
He wasn't woke. They created a fake IMD page.
Still, I think the way in which he said it, it really.
I'm just.
Maybe I'm reading into it. Maybe I'm just being naive.
But I mean, he could come back as a guest star 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah, maybe a flashback or something like that. But I don't think we're going to see him as a character, like interact with the crew again. Because I know that the Prime Universe Lorca in Starfleet, you go down with your ship. So he was definitely going to have gone down with his ship.
Because he had morals in that universe.
In the Prime Universe. So I think he went down with them.
Maybe we'll see him as a flashback.
We'll see. That's a prediction.
So you don't think it was the Mirror Universe Lorca that was on the brand?
No. I think that when the Baran was destroyed, and then Lorca came. That's what I think.
Okay, but what caused the mirror? What caused them to switch places? It was a disturbance.
No, I don't think they switched places. Because
he just got out.
He just got out of the Mirror Universe. I think he just came over to the Mirror Universe. I don't think anything went back. Because he didn't get to the Mirror Universe via the network. He went through the cloud, the ion cloud, like they did in the original series.
Okay.
And the only reason they switched in that is because it was a transporter signal.
Right.
This was a transporter signal, but he wasn't he was transporting away out of the ship. Nobody transported in. And if they did, they immediately blew up in their ship anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I still have this one of my tiny predictions for next season. I feel like the mycelial network, something's going on with that. And it is holding the consciousness of some people.
Maybe.
You never know. I'm going to keep faith alive.
I hope that Culber shows up like 100 times. Hope he has like a twin brother out there who's like 3 times sexier, which is not possible.
He's really attractive.
That was such a good episode.
I will say about the mycelial network, where you asked like, what plot line do you want to see in season 2? I don't know if it's a plot line per se, but I liked how Stamets took that little breed of the mycelial network and put it into the planet, and it totally rebuilt like all the life. And
That was badass.
And it,
That was,
and it
like,
created,
cool.
you know,
That's the
basically the
Genesis
whole
effect
planet.
right there.
But then it can also potentially destroy universes
Yeah.
too. It's just how do you control something like that?
Think about it. That's the Genesis. That's exactly. I bet you that's like the beginning research of the Genesis.
Yeah, I've read some speculation about that online too.
That'd be cool as fuck.
And you know, before we saw this episode, we went and saw Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah.
And he even showed us on. I don't remember what the name of that chart was, Molly. That big wheel.
Oh,
With
of like
the-
all the species together.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
And you know, and they even said it on Discovery. You know, fungi are
we're closer to fungi genetically than even like what an ape.
The bonobo.
Yeah, bonobo. Yeah. Hey, he knows.
I know bonobos.
Aples and bonobos.
They're our closest relatives.
Okay, so last thing for season 2. Do you want to see any directors come back, guest stars, special characters?
Jonathan Frakes, I'd love to see as a director again.
Yes. Oh, that episode he directed was amazing. I wish that they would have let him do. I don't understand why they had different directors, so many different directors in the first season. I guess maybe trying to get a feel for what they're looking for.
Well, don't they do that in shows anyway? I mean,
Yeah,
there's
Yeah.
never really, for the most part, one single director for an entire series run.
Writers maybe, but
Yeah.
directors, it's pretty common to go back and forth, especially a serialized TV show.
And I know LeVar Burton is involved, and he's directed, and
Oh, I forgot about
He's
that.
done some Next Generation stuff. What's your prediction of how many seasons Discovery's gonna have? Just a fun little guessing game. Nothing set in stone.
I fear that we won't get more than 3 or 5. I'm scared of that.
I want a 7.
budgetary
I want to see a good
problems, you
7.
think?
Yeah, I
Or-
think it's all gonna be money.
Money.
I think it's gonna be money based. And I hope it doesn't do like Babylon or Battlestar Galactica did, where they had all this money in the beginning
So-
and then they ran out at the end. And
Well-
it was kind of at the end.
I mean, what if they just put it on CBS live TV? Have commercials, sponsors.
I don't think nobody. They're not making enough money from commercials anymore.
Yeah.
That's why there's so little like big production TV shows coming out on TV anymore. There's not paying as much to advertisers. It's all online.
people are
What if they
streaming.
just? What are your thoughts on them scrapping CBS All Access and just giving it on Netflix in the United
That'd be great,
States?
but they'd have to drop an entire season at once. Netflix. That's how
Well-
Netflix does it.
Well, I don't know though. That Chelsea lately, which I don't watch, but they add a new episode every Friday when it's in season, and then that new David
That's-
Letterman show.
He doesn't.
Yeah, but
drop-
those are topical like news style shows.
Yeah.
That's a different type of show. This is a long film story arc. They're so used to. We've become used to dropping an entire season at once and being able to binge watch it that night if we want to. You know, or some of us, watch it throughout. But I think that's where it's all going to go, and that's one thing that hurts them with Netflix is they can't do that. They have to wait for the next episode, and that's not how Netflixers want, and that's how streamers want anymore.
Do you think it would hurt Discovery at all if that's what they ended up doing, dropping one season,
Oh no, I think that
the
would
whole
like.
season?
I think that would bring them way up.
Yeah. Because just like all the other shows we watch on Netflix, we binge it and get so fucking excited when they put a release date out for the next,
Oh yeah.
So
That's
I mean,
the
there's
best.
different possibilities. I wanna see a good long run. Like I really want them to
That'd be so great. No, I'm so scared of that.
have faith of the heart.
They ain't trying to get rid of Vulcans now. The Terran. They changed up the Terran insignia.
Yeah.
And before it was always a planet with a sword through it. This time they put the Delta shield and flipped it upside down and kind of hit it in the background. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
The antithesis of the Federation.
Yeah, I love my thing over here. It's kind of crooked now.
And if you look at it in one way, it's almost a Greek tragedy. The combination of Lorca, the Emperor, and Burnham, that whole trifecta of relationships is like when Lorca, they finally make it to the mirror universe, and Lorca is having to work with her when she has to go to the Shinjo, pretend to be the captain. That's when God Hades and that dude who always wore the laurel, I can never remember his name, went to the underworld, and he showed him what life was like in the underworld. I mean, there's so many Greek parallels in this show. Even names of the episodes, if you watch them, are very epic poetry.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I think that was really nifty.
You know what I was gonna say about with Lorca, how was the mirror universe basically with Burnham? He loved her, but it wasn't like a good love. It was almost like a sexual, creepy kind of obsession with her. And I kind of feel like if she had met the actual Lorca, they'd still have that really close relationship, but maybe it'd be more like a father type. I don't know. That's just what I kind of feel
you think maybe more in a positive type
in a positive, yeah, not in like a bad,
I
only like you because of what you can do for me or something.
Yeah,
and because of who you are, and it'll really piss off the Emperor.
Yeah.
And even Michael from the get-go, she saw right through. She knew that he.
Yeah, she didn't trust. She
questioned him.
Yeah.
Why did you pull me off this prison transport? What's going on here? She always had that wondering, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
And really, sacrificed everyone else.
Yeah.
On there.
It's a great show. I'm sad it's going to be a while before we see more.
And poor Ellen, what was the lieutenant that he brought, the security officer.
Oh yeah.
Poor her, man. She couldn't catch a break. I mean, it was it finally got her out of one. She just kept messing up because of all these stasis fields, First she takes down the stasis field and Tortugary rips her to shreds, and then she gets the stasis shield of the mycelial little planet sun thing explodes, and she's not very good with stasis fields, that poor lady.
Can't win for losing.
That's right.
Well, what did y'all think about the scene when they put the Mirror Emperor as captain of Discovery, and she went in and
so annoying.
She went into Laurel's cell and just
kicked her ass.
Yeah.
That was pretty badass. Not gonna lie. That was a badass moment.
Yeah, that actually was.
It was.
Cool.
That Burnham should have stopped her, but that she had it all blocked off, or you couldn't open it. But man, that was you could definitely tell it was not Starfleet.
Yeah.
That was not fucking Starfleet.
Yeah, and I think even Laurel knew at that point, because they had been, they've been spouting the Starfleet protocols. We're not going to harm you.
We're not going to harm you.
And then all of a sudden this crazy lady's in her cell beating her up.
I ate your brain.
Well, Cornwell had come in before that.
Mm-hmm.
And told her that we're not, she already knew before Giorgio went in there, that this ain't your mama's Starfleet. I mean,
it's different.
It is, and I really, that was one of my favorite scenes. I enjoyed Cornwell and Laurel.
Their relationship, even back on the Ship of the Dead. Those were good scenes that they had.
Yeah.
She's my favorite Klingon in the series for sure.
Definitely.
Even though Takuma's my favorite on timelines. I got him so way up there high.
Right.
He's pretty badass on time.
I know, yeah. I miss his character a lot. I feel like that I would have really liked him a lot.
Mm-hmm. I hope they bring him back for flashbacks or something like that in the future.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know more about, I mean, he was obviously a little crazy. Thought he was some Kalis or something like that. But I still would have liked to, because they all talk about how he's such a noble person. He was such a great man. We didn't see any of that.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe we will see flashbacks.
That'd be cool. But we need some Andorians and Tellarites. We never get enough of those.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us again and listening to us talk about Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, I do want to say we are going to continue to have contests and prizes that will blow your fucking mind.
On Instagram. And we've started Facebook Live tonight, so check us out there too.
Yes.
Like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And of course, this video is on YouTube.
Turn the timer on so you can get, new videos, saved.
Yeah, hit subscribe and then hit the bell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get the ringer going. And Like, shout out once more to Altered Alloy for these little things right here.
For Dominic or
Chad,
Chad?
I will always wear you over my heart. Chad.
Maybe Chad.
Or Dominic.
It's Chad.
But seriously, like, go on his Etsy. He's got tons of different badges from all
Send me
over
the link
place.
to his page and I'll put it in the description.
Right on.
Alright, bye y'all.
Nanu, nanu.
Till next time.
Live young and prosper.
Adios. Auf Wiedersehen. Good night.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa! That means hello, good afternoon.